Trying to stay warm here, waiting for the other one to go live. Good morning. Welcome to the Morning Muse. I'm Ginger Hopper. How are you all doing today? So I am on here about 4 minutes early today. So I'm gonna tell you a quick little story while we wait for people to get on. So my house is so disarray right now. So we took everything out of the bedroom, the king size bed, the dressers, the nightstands, everything, all the clothes, everything. Took the doors off the closets, painted inside the closet, outside the closet, all the trim, the windowsills, everything. Cleaned the blinds, you name it. It's like a brand new room in there. Ripped up the carpet, hardwood floors, beautiful underneath. Had a few spots that were wore out, so we just stained them. It is amazing. It is so beautiful in there. New furniture being delivered today. I knew it wasn't going to be delivered because of the snowstorm that come in. And of course, you can't see up my window here, but it is snowing like crazy. And so I sat around all morning. They were supposed to be here between 10 and noon, I think. So I've just been waiting around all morning for the phone call saying they weren't coming. Obviously, they're not going to come. It's too dangerous for them to come. I wouldn't want them to come. So, so I was sitting here waiting, and the phone call finally came. The lady says, I hate making these calls, and I am so sorry, but we can't make it out. I said, that's okay. Safety first. It's fine. Don't worry. She goes, well, I just hate making these calls so much. I said, yeah, you probably get yelled at a lot, huh? And she goes, yeah, people just don't understand it. And I do apologize. I know y'all been waiting on your furniture. I know you want it. I am sorry. I said, ma'am, you don't need to apologize. It's fine. I totally understand. I said, so we just need to reschedule. She says, yeah, they're an hour and a half away from us. She goes, yeah, we're in your area again next Thursday. I said, I totally understand that, but I have a question. I said, is there any way possible you could postpone somebody tomorrow and bring me my furniture tomorrow? I wouldn't ask, except for I have people coming in from Costa Rica this weekend, and I really need to get my king size bed out of the middle of my living room floor. You can't even sit on the furniture because the bed's there. The spare room where the guests are staying in is my closet, so you can't even get in their room. I said, and I really don't have a problem waiting until next Thursday, but I don't know where I'm going to put these people. And she says, oh, you know what? Hold on a minute. She comes back. She says, there's no way I can get it there tomorrow. I'm 2.5 hours the other direction tomorrow. And I said, well, that's okay. I understand. I said, just stay safe and stay warm. She goes, ma'am, hold on. And she comes back and she says, I'm personally going to deliver it to you Saturday morning. I said, you are? She says, yes, I am. She goes, I hate making these calls. People just yell at me so much. But now I realize it's not the people yelling at me that bothers me so much. She says, I always thought it was because I felt bad that people were going to be upset because they weren't getting their furniture. However, now I realize it's because the way they treat me, like I have control of it or something. She said, and you've been so kind and you have such a big heart. I want to make sure you have your furniture. So I'll see you Saturday morning. Kill them with kindness. So nice. So I will have about 12 hours to get my house back in order after my furniture is delivered on Saturday. So there's my quick story. Now I still am 1 minute early, but we're going to go ahead and get started anyway. Hurt people hurt people. Guys, this is a tough subject, this one. Okay. I actually had to be reminded of this the other day. All my life, I've known when people hurt, they hurt people. It's just the way it is, right? That's why when you have a spouse, 9 times out of 10, if they had a bad day or they just are having an emotional breakdown or whatever, they take it out on the people in the house. And the reason is because you're so close to them. They don't have a place to vent and they take it out on you. However, you go to the grocery store, you say good morning to somebody in line, excuse me, and they might just be like, why are you even talking to me? I mean, people are rude nowadays. But it's because people are hurting these days. And when people hurt, they have no way of processing it 9 times out of 10. And so they just hurt people back. If they've been hurt, somebody's done them wrong, they are angry, they are upset, and they are going to in turn hurt someone else. It's not that they're trying to hurt you and make you feel miserable, it's that they don't have a way of processing. So I had to be reminded of this the other day because, sometimes people lash out on you and they are just meaner than meaner than snot. They're just mean. And it's hard because when they're lashing out on you, they're hurting you and you're getting this wall built up and you're just angry with them and you think what you want to yell back at them. But we need to keep in mind that if someone is hurting that bad, that they're lashing out on you that hard, they are trying to find a way to feel better. Here's the biggest problem I have with it. I have found that most people that are hurting are blaming. Well, you did this or they did that. Guys, that's who they are. Until you have forgiveness, until you have peace, it will continue to be that way for them, for yourself, whatever. You get it, right? I think, I hope. So if someone is really angry and it's directed to you, um, I'm going to try to phrase this because let's say you have someone in a place where you always go. There's a place you always go. Say you go to bingo every Wednesday night. I don't know. And every Wednesday night, this person, you have a group of people, in a caravan that come pick you up to take you to the senior center, bingo hall, whatever. And this particular person is just nasty, mean, rude to you all the time. And you're wondering, why do they treat me like that? Why are they so mean? I just don't know what I did. It could be just because you're such a good person and they hate that about you because they want to be a good person. They want people to recognize the good in them. And maybe that person isn't able to be happy. And maybe the people in her life are so mean and nasty and rude to her that she is transferring that onto you because you're so kind and nice. Maybe they're jealous. Or maybe in another scenario, you did do something to hurt this person a long time ago. And instead of them having a conversation, learning to forgive you, learning to forgive themselves for being so angry, for them not to understand the circumstances or the context of how it was done or said or whatever, that they can't move on and they are continually going to lash out at you, hate you, treat you like garbage because whatever the situation was has now become their baggage. They have a bad day. Now all of a sudden it's because of you. It's because of what you did. It's because how you talk to me, how you whatever. And they hold that and they can't forgive. And until the day that person decides to forgive, they can't move on. And so they're going to lash out at you. If you are aware of what you did and you've been able to forgive yourself, it can't harm you. You can let it roll off your back. You can still have concern. You can still love them. You can still care for them and try to find a way to encourage them and love them, but you can't hold that. You can't hold what you did wrong against yourself if you've forgiven yourself. Jesus died on the cross for us. He knew all the garbage we were going to be pulling, and he still died for our sins. And he forgave us when we asked for forgiveness. So, if someone is lashing out on you, it's because they're hurt, and hurt people hurt people. We have to give them grace. We also have to understand the place they're coming from. Maybe you're there now. Maybe you don't understand why you just cringe at the sight of somebody. Maybe they actually didn't do anything to hurt you. You just look like a good target. I've been there. I've been on both sides of that coin. It happens. But the importance is forgiveness. Forgive them for who they are or what they're going through. Pray for them that they get through that, that they can know that what they are harboring is their own anger and animosity. They can't move out of that space of hurt until they can forgive whatever it is that caused that hurt. And I know a lot of people will say, oh, there's no God. If there was a God, this would have never happened. I thought God was a loving God. Why am I going through this? Well, I'm going to be straight up with you here. God gave us a choice. He didn't throw Adam and Eve in the garden and say, uh, I'm not going to put this fruit tree here because I don't want you eating it. He put the fruit tree there and said, I don't want to be Hitler. I'm going to allow you to make the choice. Just know if you make this choice, this is what's going to happen. He is allowing us to have our freedom. We can make our own choices. We can decide what it is that we want to do. However, just as a child touching a hot stove, they're going to get burnt after you've told them 100 times not to touch the stove. There are consequences to the action. You reach up and touch it, you get burnt. Same as parenting should be today. If we tell our children, if you do that, you're not doing this, we have to hold firm to it. And that's the perfect analogy, because if you tell a child not to touch the hot stove and they do it anyway, you can't give in and say, okay, well, you're not really burnt. No, they touched it. They burnt. They got to burn. And so as parents, we can't be saying, you can't do that if you don't do this. Oh, you didn't do it. Well, okay, I'll give in. No, the consequences are the consequences. End of discussion, period, forever, amen. So back to hurting people hurt people. God gave us the choice of what we want to do. And by not believing in him and by thinking that he's just mean and vengeful is being hurt so bad that you don't believe anybody or anything can help you out of that situation. And in reality, if you would just exhaust all those emotions, fall on your knees and say, God, please come into my heart and fix this pain. Show me the love. Let me understand. He's going to give you that grace. But when hurt people, it's because they haven't found that peace in their own life yet. And if you have found that peace in your life and you're not a hurting person hurting people, Remember when we come across those people to give them grace and love them where they're at, because they can't get out of that hole unless somebody reaches in and pulls them out and explains to them, you're hurting. Instead of hurting others, let's fix the hurt. If you're hurting, go to withgingerhopper.com, fill out the contact button, and in the comment, let me know that you need to talk. I'm always here. I've got broad shoulders. I have a lot of people venting on me all the time. And it's okay, because I just pray for you and wash it away from my mind. I always keep it in the forefront so I can constantly be praying for you and loving on you. But I won't hold it in my heart to where it starts hurting me. I'd be happy to be your punching bag. I will be there for you if you need someone. If you're a hurting person, hurting people, come at me. Don't take it out on others. I'll be there to love you. And I love you all so much. And I'm so grateful that I was reminded of that the other day, because I was starting to hurt because of a direct punch. It was a direct, it wasn't somebody else needing someone to punch. It was directed towards me, and I was having a hard time with it. And when they said the words hurting people hurt people, I snapped right out of it, because I remembered that, yeah, and I, many years ago, was the cause of their pain. And I have forgiven myself, but they have not been able to forgive me. And so every now and then I get the lash from it. And it's okay for them to do that, because I will always be there for them. However, I pray every day that they find their peace and their love and their forgiveness, because it's the only way that they are ever going to be able to move forward with peace in their mind and their heart. I love you all so much. Thank you so much for showing up today. If you're on YouTube, please like and subscribe to this channel for more. We're here Monday through Friday at 9:30 Central Time. If you're on Facebook, go ahead and share the video. Let your friends know. I will talk to you all soon. Have a great day. Oh. We want to do. And by not believe. Sorry, guys, I thought this ended.